sometimes it's not your philosophy that's wrong, but the environment. Tonight's discourse is heavily directed to the individuals who rely on feedback. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing incorrect about taking feedback. In fact, I believe it alienates you from the philosophy of being a fool. Remember our adage, another definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. You are a fool is akin to shattering a glass, picking up the crumbs, shatter the glass, pick up the crumbs in an attempt to fix. The solution to that problem is not drop the fucking glass. However, the caveat is to the degree in which you take the philosophy to the extreme, it becomes your undoing. Anything taken at its extreme becomes perverted. Sugar sweetens your tea, but it also engenders diabetes. So notice anything, although good, taken at its extreme, becomes your undoing. But I feel like we are pivoting from the original discourse of tonight, which is it's not your philosophy that's wrong, but the environment. Take for instance, in places like Nigeria, where intellect is not valued, it's most likely when you conduct yourself in an elegant manner, you speak a certain way, you carry yourself like royalty, that kind of demeanor is associated with being nerdy, being techy, and you're susceptible to scams and people trying to thieve you. Although that's not the case. You're not dumb, you're not stupid, you're just intelligent. You just see things differently. As a consequence, act accordingly. Conversely, when you arise and you speak incoherently, join dialects as well as broken languages, in summary, once you speak incoherently and accepted into the fold, you're seen as the big guy or someone who's ingratiated with community. But if we flip the script and apply this philosophy in places like the West, once you speak in a coherent manner, able to articulate your points combined with intelligence, it propels you to heights of fame unimaginable. Conversely, if you apply that philosophy of an incoherent language, no vision, no goals, a rash lifestyle, guess what? You'll be in the bottom 10%. By that analogy, trying to change yourself to fit within the environment is your undoing because you trade external conflict for that of internal. The public accepts you, but deep down in the cravings of your soul, this is not who you're supposed to be. This is not where you're supposed to be. Every single one of you have that feeling boiling down in your blood when you are stupid passcode, or you walk with the wrong crowd, or you're in a party as opposed to be doing XYZ, doing something productive, doing something that further advances you towards your goal. You know, it's like that split moment, engaging in adult content where the screen turns black and you see your own reflection. In that split second, a lot of things go through your mind. I'm not supposed to be doing this, I'm better than this, there's something better for me to do. And some individuals engage in these wrong activities as a means to distract themselves, which is a separate discourse in and of itself. But tonight, we are centric on encouraging unique individuals to accept themselves, which is one of the most difficult things to do, self-acceptance. Because when you accept yourself, the people whom you used to know still perceive you from the previous lens, forcing you to conform with the part of yourself you've left. Self-acceptance, willing to be eccentric. In fact, let's identify what confidence is. Confidence is being able to say what you want, act in a certain way, without the regard for public opinion. You do not care how the other person sees you or what will be his response. You know you're confident when you walk into a room and leave without the thoughts of how they perceived you. You are too busy, you have something else to do, such that it doesn't cross your mind how the other person perceives you. That's the height of confidence. So my friends, stop trying to fit in. The fact that you have haters along the way validates you on the right path. If everybody accepts you, it's most likely you are like them, which is not where you want to be. The fact that you have hate along the way is a direct reflection on your standards. Individuals have an idea. If they do X, Y, Z, if they are willing to pay the price, look stupid in the short term, success is a possibility. But because they've decided as an act of their will not to submit themselves to that process, therefore they will try as much as possible to pull down any single person who goes on that path. Trying to pull you down is not an antagonist attitude. You're not necessarily doing it because of you. It is in spite of you. If another character was to walk the same path, the outcome would be the same. They will try as much as possible to drag you down the second class street. Not necessarily because of you, but because of themselves, to feel good. It's a different feeling when someone you know, someone you used to have direct proxy with, you share the same bed, perhaps you have dinner in the apartment, you went to the same shitty school, you blame for your failure, and this guy shatters all your excuses. It's a different feeling when a body of yours drives that dream car, does something, or lives your dream life. Because right now, you have no excuses. You said it was the school, you said it was your country, you said it was your upbringing, and here comes someone you used to know, he comes from witchcraft, he has even worse of an upbringing than you, and yet he's able to achieve twice the amount of life you desire. Not the one you live in, the one you desire, the one in your head. He smashed it and achieved twice. So what then becomes your excuse? Exactly. My friends, the worst thing you can do is regard people's opinion. Take the advice of individuals who have done nothing, who have not walked the same path as you. Arsenal. So understand this concept and you'll be fine. As always, my friends, a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.